Previously on FearlessDarkElf's journey.
We're just gonna go to the moon and back. This is bad, this is bad, this is bad. What'd I do? I was an idiot and I overshot the apoapsis and tried to manually circularize the orbit, and now I have a much higher APA or apoapsis than I do periapsis. Oh yeah, this says I'm way out of alignment. This is gonna be a long flight.
And now his journey continues.
Hi, I'm FearlessDarkElf, and welcome to part 3 of To the Moon and Back. I've adjusted the aligned plane, and I've got the orbit where I wanted it, more or less. Now I'm at a periapsis of 204 and an apoapsis of 372. It's not the best, but aligning the plane will affect it like this. It's not too bad, but it's really not going to matter considering we're not trying to rendezvous with anything, and all we're doing is getting everything set to go to the moon. So it's not that bad. It's fine. So let's get TransX up and running. I really suck at this, but at least you'll be able to see what I'm doing. And all I'm doing is getting it to where we can make it to the moon. The closest approach we really need is 200,000 miles from it just for a good orbit, but we can go as close as, I would say, 30 kilometers, but I think that's a little bit of a tight squeeze, but that's just me. I think at a standard orbit height as it would be for Earth at 200 kilometers is perfect. So that's what my aim is going to be for. Oh, there we go. Okay, and I don't know why this is like this. There we go. That will probably help. Yeah, all I had to do was reset it. Okay. Whoop. Like I said, I really suck at TransX. So we gotta get this at least to this area. No. This line is where the moon is, the little blue line. The yellow line that is moving towards the blue circle, which is the moon's orbit around the Earth, that is our direction, which way we will be going to meet up with the moon. This yellow line right here is stating where the moon will be at that exact moment, with what speed we use and what time we use to begin the burn to get there. Now obviously this is not good. We need to connect this line with that line. Right now the this right here says pretty much our path. We're going to be from here, going around, meeting the moon sometime somewhere around here. And if we don't choose to slow down to orbit it, we'll just go right back and slingshot around back to Earth. So we want this middle line here and this one to meet up. To do that, we need to affect prograde and time. Everything else should not need to be affected. So let's let's lessen this down to fine. Whoa, that was bad. Let's just reset that. Okay, let's try Ultra. That's a good one to use. It's a little slow, but it will get the job done. And this is saying we're using way too much to get that done. So what we have to do is lessen the prograde. I don't understand why it's doing it. Okay, let's make that a little bit more like that. And let's change this over. There we go. What the hell? I don't understand this. It says -1. This can't be right. I need to update this again, I think. Okay, I know what I need to do. Okay, here we go. This is good. All I had to do was restart the program, and it did reset TransX, but that is fine. I'd rather that than have something go terribly, terribly wrong. So let's try this again. Little at a time. Oh. Okay, let's go to medium. And let's go down to fine. That might be a bit much, but it will do the job. Okay, let's lessen this down to ultra. Seems about right for the moon. Okay, so last time I was showing the moon down here, TransX had a small glitch in it because of something I did. And it should be, this is where the moon is now in relation to us. So everything else was true though. And let's see here. There we go. Now I just need to slow down the vessel. Prograde speed. Whoa, something happened here and I just... Ooh, 541k, that's actually pretty good. Okay, 93k, that is really, really good. My goal was for 200, but this gives me quite a bit of margin of error, so this is good. And surprisingly, it was much quicker than what I anticipated it to be. Usually TransX is a real pain in the ass, but this time it actually was fairly simple for me to use this time. So I got everything ready. Now all I have to do is, here, I'll hit forward here so you can see I'm pretty much aiming directly into the center of the moon. There's going to have to be a mid-course correction, which means this will change. What I want to do is make it to where we can just slingshot around the moon and back to the Earth, but not everything is going to go as planned because not everything is perfect, especially when it comes to space flight. So let's go back from there and let's get, here we go. So now this says the time to burn is 400 minutes away, 400 seconds away, which is a little over 6 or 7 minutes. Either way, it's a ways away, so that gives us time to set things up the way we need. So we need to get the auto center on it, which means I gotta take off prograde. Now this is going to aim us in that direction, and we're going to have to do 3.133 kilometers of delta V. That's a lot of delta V, and I do have the fuel for it. At least I think I do. I should. I did use up a lot of fuel for the plane alignment. Now what I did with that is I completely restarted a whole new scenario. I had the Delta glider take off, go into orbit. I got the right orbit, and then I aligned everything, and then I started the video. So that's why things are looking a lot better this time than they did before. So last time things were really messed up and there was no way I was going to be able to fix it. At least not without taking like 3 hours of messing with TransX. And frankly, even if it took that long, I would not have made a separate video for it, because I don't know anyone that's going to want to watch that. And sometimes that just happens with TransX. When you do something simply stupid, it will really mess you up when it comes to TransX. And TransX likes to fight you as it is, so it's not good when you mess up. Especially as bad as I did, both with the heading and for the altitude adjustment. So I'm just going to warp time. You can't warp time too much when it comes to this targeting thing, because otherwise it will go it will mess itself up. So you can't time warp too fast with it, but you also don't want to take forever in a day either. So it's best to get it to do what it needs to fairly soon before the burn, but not so soon to where it's going to mess you up and you're going to miss the mark because of it. So yeah, I'm going to manually do this burn because I really suck at doing this correctly with the calculator, burn time calculator. And since we only got 9 seconds to go, I'm going to just shut up and start the burn when it hits 0. 3, 2, 1, burn. Okay, so here we are. We are starting the burn, and we will be going towards the moon. Now, if you want, I can target the moon on orbit MFD, and why the hell did I do that? Celestial body, and you'll be able to see where our orbit is in relation to the moon's itself. And the little green line that you saw around Earth is going to extend out towards this yellow one, because this is the targeted object's orbit. In this case, it is the moon's orbit. And this is going to be a really long burn. So I'm going to just do a little time warp. Not much, but just a little. Oops, no, I slowed it down to 0.1. That's a tenth of a second for every second, and you really don't need that. So, at least not unless you're going to do what I'm about to. I'd like to get this as close as possible, so I'm going to slow it down. But at the moment, we're doing really good. We only have 100 more delta V to go. Okay, and we slow it down. 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 1, and that's perfect right there. That's such a small amount of degree. It does make a difference, but that's one of the reasons for the mid-course correction, because not everything is going to be able to be perfectly dead on, even in real life. And that's why I love about this simulation program. Orbiter is really good with keeping things realistic. So now we got to turn this off. Always turn off auto center. Bad things will happen if you don't. I've actually had the misfortune of messing up real bad because I did forget. That's not good. You want to turn it off. Okay, so now we go forward, and from what this says, we're looking pretty good. Yeah, we're a little off from our projected course, but you know, that's not too bad, really. So, yeah. Let's go and take a look at. Oh, we're still at Earth. Okay. I was going to say let's take a look at the Earth as it goes by, but no need to. There we go. We hit home. Doesn't hurt to hit prograde just to make sure we're going straight ahead. Okay. And I actually have not been timing this, so I don't know how long this has been. So, because of that, I'm going to call this quits for now. We will continue this in the next video, and we will continue our trip to the moon. This is the first time I've made videos like this, so I'm really not quite sure exactly how well I'm doing or not. So comments would definitely be appreciated. If you like this, please by all means hit the like and share if you like it. And if you haven't already but you like what you see, subscribe. This is FearlessDarkElf signing out. And thank you for watching my video.